Hello and welcome to BadgerCam. In this week's video I'm going to be building the Airfix 1/72 scale Junkers Ju87 Stuka dive bomber. A plane most famously used by the Germans as part of their blitzkrieg strategy. It had an iconic screaming noise made by the sirens on its wheels as it dived and as it flew as well, apparently, much to the annoyance of the pilots. This soundbite is still doing the rounds today, being in a lot of modern movies whenever a plane is crashing. The Stuka, despite being very good as a ground attack plane, was outmatched by the Spitfires and Hurricanes during the Battle of Britain, and many of them were shot down. Anyway, enough about the plane, let's get into the box. In the box, you get black and white instructions, the parts to build the plane, and decals to build two versions of the plane. A quick first look at the sprues. You can tell this is one of Airfix's older models. Being for the 75th anniversary of the Battle of Britain, this kit's about 15 years old now, pre the recent retooling that Airfix have been doing. The details are not as crisp as the newer moulds, and there's a bit more flash, but still, I'm sure it will build into a nice kit. First on the build menu, a very simple dual bucketed cockpit. This has got to be one of the easiest and quickest cockpits I've ever had to build. There's not much detail in here at all. However, not much of it's going to be on show by the end of the build, so I don't mind. With that done, it's on to getting a few bits sorted so I can put the main fuselage pieces together. Nothing major needs doing here, just a few bits of cleanup to do. Cleanup and parts ready, it's time to do some pre-painting. First thing to do is the pilots. Not bad detail on these, better than some of the others I've seen, but still a simple paint job of brown for the overalls and black for the boots, along with the flesh tones added later. Now it's time to paint the interior parts while I can still get at them. The dashboard and areas behind the air intakes I painted with Army Painter matte black, and the interior I painted with Tamiya neutral grey. I made an error painting the interior brown initially, misreading the numbers on the painting guide, so I'm going over that coat here. With the pre-painting dry, it's time to install the cockpit to the sides of the fuselage before adding the two halves together. I had some trouble lining up where the cockpit was meant to sit here and kind of just went with where it looked right. When it came to adding the two main pieces together, I found the fit to be good. But the seam lines need some sanding back and cleaning up so you don't get an edge running down them. Now onto the main wings. Again, a good fit, but needs cleaning up. The dive flaps on the main wings, however, only rest into these little grooves on the main wing and will need to be left to dry fully before they become safe to handle, otherwise you're just going to have to keep re-gluing them. Next up, adding the prop and the bonnet to the plane. These two bits were the worst fitting thing in the entire kit. The prop didn't seem to want to grip to the frame and seemed to want to rattle around if left in according to the instructions, and the bonnet didn't seem to fit the space right at all, so I had to go back into this area and carefully clean the parts back to a match, as if left uncleaned it would leave a nasty gap. Bits like this really give it away as being one of the older moulds, but still nothing to throw a tantrum over. 3 weeks later, after a major glue famine, it's onto the wheels. Love the wheels on this plane, nice and simple and solid. With those on, it's onto the back of the plane, adding the horizontal stabiliser and supports. These are nice easy bits to add, and the supports key in well and are easy to get glued in. Now, other than a few rails and bombs that will go on after the painting, that's the main part of the build complete. Now, onto the painting. First thing to do is the underside of the plane. For this, I am using Vallejo Light Blue RLM65. As always, I'm building this up in 3 thin layers. Underside done, it's onto the upper surfaces of the plane. I'm doing the lighter green first, as it will be easier to go over. For this, I am using Vallejo Dark Green RLM71. And then it's onto the darker green. The Stuka camo is a splinter type and has lots of straight edges to it. So for the first coat, I'm masking up the area to give it a nice sharp edge. And then removing the masking tape as quickly as I can, as this is a regular non-model grade tape and will lead to leakage if left on to soak up the paint. For this darker paint, I used black green RLM70. With the main camo done, it's onto the decals. Unfortunately, I forgot to click record while doing this bit. The decals are nice and thin and mould well to the plane, but seem to be lacking an edge in the carrier film. This led to me having to cut all of the decals out as close to the image as possible to avoid what you can see in the picture in the background. I've never seen this happen on a decal sheet before and can only think that it might be due to the kit's age, but still nothing major to overcome there. But with that done, it was just a case of adding a bit of light weathering, and this is the finished model. I decided to try something different with the weathering on this model and used a few light dry brushes of gunmetal and then browns and blacks to give it a weathered look. I like the look, but I think I need more practice in doing this. Overall, the Airfix Ju87 is a good kit to make, but not without a few issues. A few bits are not the greatest of fits, the decals are a bit iffy, but that could just be due to the age after spending 15 years in a box, and the detail is less crisp than the newer retools. All of that aside though, it's still a nice model to make, with no major issues affecting the enjoyment of the build. Anyway, that's all for this week's video. As always, I hope you enjoyed it, and if you're planning on building one of these at home, that you found it helpful and gave you a good idea of what to expect in the box. Until next time though, look after yourselves and have a good one. Goodbye.